Usually when men do drugs or drink themselves into stupor, they for that moment, it's just a moment, their problems do not exist anymore. I'm thinking that that's what men think when they tuck their tails between their legs and leave the home, leave the family. They actually think that all their problems and issues would just simply disappear. Who's going to tell them? Who's going to enlighten? Sir, do you not know it's when you leave, whatever problems or whatever issues that you had in that home, they do nothing but increase? Because by God, men, that is why the commander tells you to get in the trenches. You have to be there. If you have to stay in the fight, you have to stay in the fight. How can you win something if you run away? The other side wins by default, innit? I like to see families stay together. But there are times when a man should leave the home. You cannot stay in the home if you abuse your wife. You know that men that abuse their wives, they are the biggest cowards on this earth. Yeah, you didn't know that. The reason a man puts his hand on a weaker sex, which is us, is because of his inability to subdue her. You remember what I told you just a while ago? A man that puts his hand on a woman is severely envious of, is jealous of. Remember what I told you? The men that you live with, whether you want to call them your husbands or not, those animals, they watch you as a predator watches its prey. You may not know it, but a predator never lets on that they're stalking you. Yes, your man stalks you right in that home. He watches everything you do. And when you're not around, guess what? He tries to duplicate it. He tries to cook like you. He even tries on some of your clothing. Some men go further than others. He will use certain things of yours, your soap, your deodorant. Uh-huh. Do you know why? In his male Machiavellian just type of thinking, chauvinistic, they, they, they erroneously think that by using the stuff that you use, that somehow that energy will come onto them and they can then do what you do. A man that puts his hand on his woman is because he cannot suppress a feminine energy in that home. It's all about defeating and dominating. The man that is able to live with his better half and let her flourish and help her flourish welcomes that feminine energy. Why? Because that man is wise. It takes wisdom, to live with a woman. To live and maintain that woman, it takes wisdom. You have to go through many trials and error. Women are the most complex creatures on earth. There are very few men that have figured us out. Those are the ones that are able to last 20, 30, 40. They understand that it's okay not to understand everything. Sometimes when we fight, we're not fighting that thing, we're fighting our inability to ascertain, to understand others. What are the others? Why do we say others? There's only one, there's only two species of human in this earth. But we're fighting the inability to understand the other. And when we don't do that, because of a man's physical strength, he would physically try to assert his will upon the weaker gender. He will go with what he knows: strength, force, power. What does a woman have? We have the ability to think if practice. But if he does this and do that, they don't know that we're thinking. They don't know that our brains goes 24/7. Even when we're sleeping, even things wake us up in the middle of the night. A wise man would tell you a happy wife is a happy life. Some men never get there. I'm not saying not to contest anything she does or Just let her. It's not about letting the. It's not. It's not about letting a woman walk all over you. As a matter of fact, she does not want it. Your job as a man in the home with a woman is to help her to be the best woman she can. And how do you do that? One word: support. Just have to support her. You cannot tell a woman and teach a woman how to be a woman, sir. So all you can do is treat her like a flower. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A flower that has thorn. In other words, you should be very careful how you handle with care. I really think that concept came from a married man. I often think that it I often wonder how it is to be married, to be in a home with a man. Never had that. I will I will visit this again, but I would like to ask questions of you women who want. As a woman, as a successful wife, mother, you have so much to teach your daughter, so much to pass on. One of the very few things is how to use a public restroom. So when you have those little mother-daughter talks, what do you talk to your daughter about? Have you wasted that time? I never had that. Matter of fact, when I reflect on things about growing up, just a lot of trauma and pain, regret. Oh well. But my dear, that lovely, lovely daughter of yours, or daughters, teaching them, you must teach them everything. You understand that, right? You should not let your daughter leave your house without equipping them how to be the best woman she can be. What are you doing? I don't want to scare her and I don't want to hurt her feelings, but that is the best place to do it, under your protection in the home. Teach her. Teach her what's out there. With those animals, with those wild creatures they call them. Do you think she's going to